Hey, beautiful ladies. I'm here today with Teodora Haidu. She's one of the women that are going to be hosting one of the somatic practice sessions that are going to be included in the program, the Feminine Innerverse. So I would like to say a few words about her and how our path crossed. And also then I will leave her to tell a few words about the practices that she's going to include in her session and what she has in mind for us. And then we're going to answer 2 or 3 questions from the journaling process that I developed for the month dedicated to exploring how do we live in the body of a woman. So Teodora, I think I got connected with her, let's say 3 years ago, and it was like a very strong bonding because we were together to write the book about Women's Circle. And it was big process, like a whole year process, just writing and editing, and now we are still continuing this journey together to bring the book into the world. And besides this, we also started the program, a 9 months program to become a host for women's circles. So she's also hosting women's circles online and in Bucharest. And we have been together ever since, facilitating 2 more edition. We are at the 3rd edition of the program right now, and hosting a lot of women retreats in the meantime. So the connection is very strong, and we have known each other on such an intimate level that I have never experienced knowing a person in my life in this way, and with complete acceptance. So Teodora, I'm really happy. I'm actually going to call her Tea because this is how I'm calling her. So Tea, I'm really glad that you accepted my invitation to join the program, and happy to be here with you today to have this little chat.
Hello, special women, and give for yourself a hip hip hooray because you choose to be in this program and that you are here together and that you offer yourself this time for your body, for your soul, for your heart, for your mind. And it's an honor for me to be here, and Mina, it's an honor for me to be in your life. And this special woman has ability to invite me in different in different projects that were together. And I remember again the 5 a.m. club where she brought me there, the special invitation that she made for me in some projects to keep like a breathing technique workshop and something like that. And every time she succeeds in surprising me, and like my heart is just, she calls me and she said, you know, I would like you to be in, and I say yes. she doesn't finish the proposition, the phrase, because my heart wants to be with her in all the projects that brings joy for her, and also definitely will bring joy for me. And because I have a special connection with her, I have like a, now I'm all over my body goosebumps, because I just thought of her and the love we share for each other. And yes, she is my authenticity mentor and guru, because Mina and another woman from the women's circles were the top of the authenticity that I could notice in a person. And it helped me so much to get me closer to my authenticity and to let me express myself. And for that, I thank you, Mina, and also all the women and our mentor in women's circles who brought this in my life. And of course, I am thanking me because I did the job and the work and all the activations that was inside of me, and I let it be, and then I grew, something like that I wanted to share with you. I had no idea what I was going to speak about, but I see this is flowing through me and I let it be. This is what I learned in the last years, that I learned how to get closer to my woman's energy and let the man's energy a little bit aside, because I'm like 39 years old. In 2 weeks I'll be 39 years old, and it's I don't know, if more than 34 years maybe I was just in masculine energy. Yes, I wanted to say if I was in masculine energy or if it was predominant, but I think I was something like that. And slowly I come to my woman's energy, and I know I was like in an how to say, when you are in two opposite poles, in an extreme. I was in the extreme of being a lot in woman's energy, because so many years I was in masculine, so I had like to feel how it was here, so I can come now together and equilibrate them, also masculine and feminine inside me. So yeah, I can call myself a woman who can be a guide and support for other women to connect to their body. And I'm a yoga teacher and a holistic therapist. I feel the energy inside my body. I feel my body. Now I can hear my body. What does that mean? That when I have some like ache inside of it, or some movement, like feeling something inside of my body, now I can relate to something in my life, or to my emotions, or to my feelings, and I can understand them. And many years I had no clue of that my how do you say, pântek, not belly, my womb. Okay, I had no clue that my womb can tell me something, and that I can connect with it, and be aware of what I'm receiving inside my womb, like the connection with a man, I mean, here. And I'm married for 10 years. And recently, like 1 year, recently, since 1 year, I realized, like when I'm connecting to my husband now, I can see I have some ache in my stomach, or I feel pressure in my neck, and I'm asking him, "What are you thinking, or what's happening with you?" Before, I had no clue. I didn't notice anything. I didn't realize anything. But now, the moment we connect, if he's disconnected from me, instantly I can feel it. And I'm asking, happily, I have a man that I can talk to about these things. And I'm asking him, hey, something started to happen in my body. Are you here? What's on your mind, And then we connect. So this is my story from feeling numb in my body, a little bit of my story, until so connected. I'm like, I'm surprised of it. I'm surprised of it. Okay, so I think I made a very huge parenthesis.
It is really welcome, because it's really nice for the women also to get to know you a little bit, and where are you coming from, and especially it's very valuable that you brought this connection with our bodies, because I can relate with you. I have also been disconnected from my body, and I was a lot living from my mental intelligence and thoughts, and relying on my mind's power, but I never had experiences where I could connect with my body and understand it. And then I started with nutrition and hydration, movement, conscious movement, biodanza, and ecstatic dances, and then all different practices of breath work, and even sessions of yoga with you. So it has brought me closer, and I can understand what you're saying, that from one extreme of not feeling anything from my body, now I can connect. I wouldn't say that I'm at your level, but that's why I invited you to host one of the sessions, because I'm an expert in journaling, and then all you other beautiful women are experts on the different practices that involve the body. So before you say a few words about what we're going to explore with you, I just want to say a little bit about the program. So one of the big components that are going to be included is journaling, meaning exploring through writing different aspects of how do we live in a body of a woman. And I really thank you, Thea, that you brought the subject of authenticity, because this is one of the main benefits, I would say, but also lifestyle, the way that I live my life right now, that I got from journaling. Because once I started writing about my own experiences daily, and what I felt and what I thought and what I was experiencing, and then how I would relate to all of this, really brought a lot of clarity on the one hand, but on the other hand, a lot of sincerity, because I couldn't lie to myself anymore, because it was black on white. So I couldn't force my hands, so to say, to write lies. I think it's pretty easy to lie to myself when I'm in my head, and I wouldn't even be recognizing that it's a lie. But once I see it clearly in front of my eyes, then it's like, this is not true. This is not me. This is something that I'm fabricating with my mind. So when I'm talking about journaling as a practice in general, I would say that it has helped me to be more honest with myself, and also be connected with my own truth. And that's the connection that I want to establish with our authentic self. I'm writing in the description of the program also that what we are doing with this journaling is to connect with our feminine authentic self. And this is by answering some of the questions that I prepared. I will just need to charge a little bit. And the other aspect that I want to bring in discussion, besides the sincerity and this authenticities, or connecting with the authentic self, what is happening in the journaling process that I developed. So I will be posting one question in the morning, and then you can answer during the day whenever you have the time. For 10 minutes, it's really enough to explore the daily question. Are aspects of how do we live in our body that we kind of never thought before, or didn't have the context to answer these questions, much less in writing. And the difference between having a talk and writing them down is that we there are studies that are showing that by journaling or by writing by hand, we can really dive deeper. And my explanation and what I've read so far is that because we are not jumping with our monkey mind from one thought onto the other, but we have the capacity while we're writing to just go deeper into some topics or subjects. Just because the writing, we cannot write all the thoughts, so we just follow one thought until the end, and then when we reach that end, something else pops up that takes us even deeper. And I've gone through all the journaling processes, but they were monthly processes. So 1 month, how do I live in the role of the woman? The second month, separately, how do I live in a body of a woman? And for me, it was the first time that I went through completely all of them. And I would say that I'm the only person that did it, because now you're going to experience all 4 of them in the same program. But before, I launched them separately. So I'm the only woman that has experienced them from start to end. And I could definitely say that it was life-changing for me. And that's why this program is so important, because I could see and experience what it is to have a space where I can explore all of this. And this year's program is even more valuable, because we're going to have Women's Circle, during which we're going to explore by sharing authentically and without any mask and without any limits whatsoever, and being received with whatever that we decide to share. So it's like taking it even deeper. And then we're going to combine it with these somatic practices, and we are going to involve the body as well. So it's a truly integrated and holistic experience. And I truly believe in this program, and I'm eagerly waiting to see how it will be unfolding. So yes, Teya, if you want to say a few words about the practice that we are going to be doing together.
Yes, thank you. Mina, I was feeling goosebumps all over while you were speaking. Yeah, I wanted just to say that yawning is like a part of connecting to your body, and when you release, you let it go. So if that will come up, just let it be. Also, like shivering, if you see me making this, it's the energy that moves through my body, and that my body also like releases in a way, in this way, or feel it or integrates it. It depends. So this is were 2 aspects that I wanted to share about me. And also, if they are coming into your life, I would recommend to embrace them. And what would I say about the practice that we'll be doing together is, first of all, that I work intuitively, and that means that I connect to the energy of the group that will be there in that moment with me, and also with the ones who will watch like the recording part, who are not able to be there present online. And that means that I make a structure, I come up with some ideas, but when we are live together, if something else comes through me, I usually follow my intuition, and always was for the good of the group, like. And yesterday I had women's circles with the thematic of celebration and sexuality, and we did there something that I felt very powerful, and I would like to share this with you, and hopefully we'll be doing this in our practice. That means to connect to your womb and just to close your eyes and breathe deeply, and from there to breathe and like imagine or wanting to take the energy from those chakras through your whole spine, and then to the crown chakra, and then we will like keep there some moments the air, and then just release it. And this is a technique that helped me to connect to my sexual energy, to my sensual body, to myself, to the present moment. And when I'm doing this, it's like the energy grows inside of me, and I can feel it, you know. And the things we're gonna do, we're gonna practice some yoga movement. Of course, we'll have some asanas that we'll be doing, then that they are special for our womb area and for the first 2 chakras. And also, I know and I feel like the energy of the sexuality and of the second chakra is combined with the joy and the, how can I say, happiness and laughter of our inner child, and with creativity. So that's why we'll put there and here some elements of like inner child connection or yoga, or I don't know. We'll see then what's exactly sparkling out of this group and what it's more needed. And I'm just letting you know to let yourself open, to let yourself smile and allow yourself to connect to your inner child. That is like something blissful, from my opinion, that you can make. And this is something that is specifically me, to combine like the inner child, the woman's energy, and feeling your body and your energy. This, I can say, it's something that represents me in my life, and this is how I live. So of course, what can I share with you? It's only what I am experiencing, because in my opinion, this is the like a definition of a guide. If that guide can show himself exactly how he is, and from that experience to give forward. And of course, every one and each one of you, you'll take what will resonate with you, will have different experience. Please don't put like expectation on it, because it can exist, the probability of disappointment. And what also I'm receiving in my life now is to be very gentle and kind of me, and do not put pressure, because I can say until this January, I put a lot of pressure on myself. Of course, not even realizing some of them I realized, some of them I didn't realize at all. And now it can, how can I say, it I feel it's like the base of the essence of a woman, to be kind to herself, to accept herself with all the shadows and all the lights. And from there, it grows like a big tree of all the experience she's having, but the base, it's so much comforting. It's like somebody's holding you in your arms if you offer yourself kindness and acceptance. And of course, after that, love and deeper stuff. So yes, we'll be joyful, we'll be ecstatic, orgasmic, and playful, and stretching our body and breathing deeply and connecting to the group and to yourself, of course. And this is how I would explain what you can experience. But it only depends on you, if you let yourself receive and let yourself try this, even if it's for the first time in your life, or even if you have a yoga instructor or a sexual energy guru, or I don't know, doesn't matter what you experience in your life. Just try to let them a little bit aside and be open to receive what it's there to receive for you. So thank you.
Thank you, Dora, also that you brought this idea of comparison, because I realized that it could be a really present theme, especially because during the somatic practices, we are going to have a lot of moments with meditations, guided meditations, and also some practices in which you are invited to explore what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, and we are going to be all in different places in our lives, being connected or disconnected with our bodies, or being used to see what do we feel and what is rising up in us. And I remember from the first retreat that I organized and where I launched these journaling practices, we had the womb meditation. It was so powerful for me. It was the first time that I connected with my womb. And I was crying, and I was like imagining the womb space and really connecting with my femininity. And it was such a powerful experience for me. But there was like different experiences, because we shared at the end of it, and obviously there were other women that felt something else, or other women that like I didn't feel anything. And for me it's completely fine, because I was also in a situation was like, man, I'm not feeling anything. I don't feel like in the meditation that I feel like I want to go there, and I didn't, and it was fine, and I just relaxed. And I just realized that it is whatever is happening, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm experiencing is the right thing for me to experience. And there is no right or wrong. It's just like being present in the moment. As Thea is saying, she's launching the invitation, just be here for the 2 hours that we have together and just see what is rising, and everything is all right. And you don't need to stress yourself like, I need to do good. It's not a competition. You're not going to get an exam at the end of it. And even let's say, I think it's a good point that you brought this part of expectation, that if you're entering all these somatic practices with a lot of expectation that I should feel this and I should be connected and everything else, I think you're going to be so much in your mind that it would be practically impossible to or near impossible to really experience and connect with your body. So it's really welcome, this just being in the present moment and present with whatever is rising, and whatever is happening is the right thing to happen, and no expectations, just being open to, and with a lot of curiosity also. I think it's related with this energy that you were saying. And the second point, before we are going to go to answer some journaling questions, we're going to answer them by talking right now, but during the program, we're going to answer them in writing. I wanted to bring also with this chakra work, because you were mentioning, I would say that I'm far from understanding them. I know that there are chakras. I know how they are called. Basically, I've been to some yoga sessions, and I really like the fact that the instructor, and even including you, when you are facilitating your session, you are explaining a little bit, so I get a little bit of information, but on my own I didn't explore, and I didn't feel really interested. I think if you would have asked me maybe 2-3 years ago, I would say, well, like, what is this chakra? Like, are you serious with me? But then I understand, my perspective right now is that we are energy, and probably there are focal points of energy, and this is how I'm explaining myself with chakra. But you don't have to believe in chakras or like be expert. And I also I use the term guru. There's no guru here. I'm no guru. She's no guru. We're just practicing with some. We're experiencing some practices that are really beneficial for us, and we want to give this experience to other women. And if you get in contact with some information, you can take it as it is at face value. And if you don't relate necessarily with some terminology or some, like, I don't believe in chakra, you don't have to believe in chakra. It's completely fine. It's just an experience that counts, and you just see how it was for you, truly. Like, the end of these 2 hours, I really feel so well. I have like this wellness sensation in my entire body. So this is what it's important. And yeah, I think you're going to be on the best hands to connect with your body during this session with Thea. So Thea, what do you have anything else that you would like to add, or can we answer some questions?
Yes, I just want to point out or something that you said, and that means the essential in our practice will be to connect to your body and pay attention to what you feel inside, or what you feel from your body, what you feel all over. And I will definitely be there and guide you. And this will be the most important thing, of course. And I totally agree. You don't have to believe in something. You just have to experience through movement, breathing, and whatever we'll be doing there. So yes, very nice what you said, Mina. It felt like you give again another perspective and pointed out those things, so nobody has to be scared of anything. And of course, after the session, if you'll have questions, you can write them to Mina and she will give them to me, and I will gladly answer from my perspective and my experience, of course.
Okay, amazing. Thea, since there are around 30 questions for each journaling process, I would let you pick one number randomly. And
13, it's my
13.
number.
Okay, so the number of the goddess, right?
Yes, but I was born on 13, and that's why I say it is my number. And I'm like kidding with those that believe that 13 is a bad number, you know, or unlucky number. And I say, in my opinion, if some child is born on that day, and of course there are many in this world, I believe it's not I forgot the word already. It's not unlucky. Okay, it came back again. It's not unlucky. So
it's
yeah,
not
I like
unfortunate event. It's the most
Yes.
fortunate one. Yes.
Yes, and of course, I recently learned that they say it's the goddess number, and of course, it's why I love it.
I really like this, that I'm letting you ladies pick the numbers of the questions, because I think like what you're picking is exactly what we need to answer together. So it's not an easy question, I can tell you this. And some journaling questions are not easy to answer. I can tell you this definitely from the beginning, but they are worth it. To be in this uncomfortable position of answering things that maybe we don't want to see or we don't want to recognize.
So I have here my feathers, and I have here from last night from a girl of 15 age that she made it and put it together, and this is a black obsidian. So I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
So the question number 13, it goes like this: how do I whip my body? And by whipping, I mean, like, you all recognize that sometimes we have this whip and we keep on self-sabotaging, hurting ourselves, and especially our body. And yeah, how do I whip my body?
Yeah, but this also can mean metaphoric, no? Because
it is metaphorically. I don't think that somebody has like really only if you're into some sexual practices that bring you joy, you could definitely have a whip. I don't have one, but metaphorically speaking, we also live in a society where women need to prove twice as much and as harder than men that they are good at something, and then this self-criticizing, this putting ourselves down, and then hurting even physically our body through different things that we are doing. It could be either emotional eating or depriving ourselves of sleep or anything else. We are basically with the whip in our hand because we expect so much of us, because we feel that society expects so much of us. And That's why I have this question. The other one before is, how do I honor my body? But then this is the reverse of the coin, because we also need to explore, yeah, I honor my body, but in the same time I'm dishonoring it, I'm whipping it, criticizing it. So would like to explore this together.
So now I just realized I'm whipping my body because I didn't bring a glass of water near me.
Go ahead, bring some water and I can start answering the question. Yeah, definitely. I've been drinking the whole time, so it's completely fine. Okay, so for me, it's really easy because before entering a program that is called WildFit, and it's a nutrition program that I did in 2019, and since then I started a journey of understanding nutrition and what is good for my body. I used to punish myself by eating unhealthy foods, and this could range from eating a lot of sweets, sometimes, even though I'm not a sweet tooth, and the rest of the time I wouldn't eat. There was like some chocolate pudding that I could eat 8 or 10 in a row and then feel like completely bad. Or it could be eating a lot of French fries. They are also in the same time comfort food for me, because my grandma used to do them a lot of time. Or I could be drinking Coca-Cola, which I was addicted to at a certain point. So for me, whenever I was not satisfied with my performance, or I was not happy with myself, with what I was doing and achieving, and like striving so many things for myself, I used to punish my body. And then when I did this journaling process, I did it also for this nutrition program, like how do I connect with my nutrition and with my body. And when I explored so much, I felt like such a sense of sadness that my body has always been there for me and helped me to do amazing things. And then when I'm not satisfied with myself and with my actions, I take it on my body, which my body had no fault in all this story. And I felt this complete sense of sadness, that I'm actually hurting my biggest fan, so to say, or my biggest support in life. And I was also going through a depression back then in 2019. So it definitely helped that I started taking care of my nutrition, my hydration, and then I started running, seeing the sunrise, meditating, and then everything else. But exploring this connection that I have with my body in the journaling processes, I just had this image that if I take care of my body, if like I need, I eat properly, I sleep properly, I rest, and I'm feeling good from a physical point of view, I had this image in my mind that my body would be so strong that it would carry me on top of its shoulders. And when I couldn't go through, because it was like really hard emotional period for me, being in this depression, and I didn't find a way out, and I just saw my body that was carrying me through all this hardness that I was experiencing back then. And since then it's like, okay, my body is like my biggest support, and I cannot say that there are not times where I'm not eating as healthy as I want. Like, for example, I'm not eating a lot of sugar, or I'm not eating meat, but there are some times, and now I'm in Portugal and I went crazy with eating meat. I haven't been eating for a long time. But what I'm doing right now is being more aware, and now I see the moments where I whip myself, where the whipping is happening, and then I understand that it's an emotional issue that I'm trying to solve by hurting myself, which completely doesn't make any sense, I know. And I probably some of you will relate with me, because there were some women in the journaling process that they related, and it happened the same. But definitely it could be the case that you don't relate, but there are some things that we all are doing to our body in terms of harming it in some way or the other.
Aho, Mina. Aho. I can say idem. I can say the same of you. I can subscribe to that. I did it and I'm still doing it. And I realize now that I'm not now. I know that I'm emotionally eating. I know that I make me do a lot of things, so I'm not sleeping a lot. And of course then my body, it's like, oh, I'm pulling it, you know, to be here. And another way I'm whipping my body, and this is, I realized recently, like, I don't know if this year or last year or something like that, that when I'm getting angry, and when I'm also mother of 2 kids, and when I'm getting angry with the way they behave, I many times scream, and I feel like my blood how is boiling, and I started to feel when this fury inside of me, when this anger inside of me, I started to feel instantly like I'm physically sick, like it's hurting, it's it's my head will explode. But honestly, like I feel this, like the blood here and the pain in the head or in the heart or the neck. I feel like a big rock here in my neck. So this for me means also that I'm whipping my body with this, with letting this anger be like this. And until by practicing, I will learn every time to transform in a sacred anger, in a sacred way of exploring that. I'm still there, but what I give myself for this, it's appreciation, because now I am starting to realize it, to feel it in my body, that I'm hurting myself when I'm there. Before, I was just in anger like a hamster, you know, just being in the wheel and not getting out of it. And yeah, this is one of the ways. The eating, of course, also. And when you were speaking, I realized that nowadays also, when like the kids go to the school or to the grandparents, and my husband to the job, for example, and I have some hours free, I don't have anything there. Many times I go to the shop and buy potato chips and I'm eating and I say, yeah, this is my moment. But this is my moment whipping my body. Oh my God, now I want to eat avocado and salad. No, okay, I will eat also potato chips. I'm not going to get them totally out of my life, but at least I want to feel like I make love to them when I eating them, and consciously eating them, and thank them for being in my life and offering me this experience, but not like not thinking and eating all the bag and that's all, you know, something like that. But there still is in my life. And also I wanted to say, I whipped my body and my womb without paying attention to it, without saying no to my man when I was tired or when I felt pain, and just leaving myself apart so that he feels good. And that was what happened years ago. And as I said, you can see I'm saying recently a lot, because yes, the last 3 years in my life was, oh my God, so much of them changed, and one came after each other, and one complete another action, and so on and so on. So yeah, now I'm paying attention to that, because I don't want to whip my body, allowing my beautiful husband coming inside, uh, without me being present, without me announcing him when I'm not okay, and that we need to stop or to see what's there, because I cannot go like this anymore. So yeah, I was there also. So I think it's enough. I can go longer. So the I see the benefits of the process of journaling, because, as you said, Mina, yes, you like, you write something, you go somewhere, and when you finished, it's like it's popping up another thing, and you're receiving another thing and another thing. So, for examples, I'm sure it's perfect as it is, but I can write more.
Yeah, that's definitely, and I really like the fact that you reinforce what I was saying, that it's not that it was not happening before, this emotional eating or getting angry, but what is happening right now is because you are so connected with your body, you feel it so much more. And then the description that you gave with all the blood and everything, I had a similar experience, because I was emotional eating and like harming myself with unhealthy food, but I was not feeling anything. And I was actually feeling pain, but I was not aware of the pain. It was so mind-blowing for me to understand, like at a certain point, I think I ate so much of that pudding that like I had like a liver failure or whatnot. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like really bad. But I was so disconnected with my body that I was not even feeling that pain. It was so crazy, because I only realized it doing these journaling processes. I went back to that situation. I was like, how could I not feel it? And it was just because I was not living in my own body completely at all. And then after these explorations, I felt pain for the first time. I cannot explain how it is. Like, I felt pain before, but I was like kind of ignoring it. It was like mind-blowing how I could bypass this pain completely. It's like, oh yeah, it's hurting me, but I didn't want to take ownership of the fact that I am harming my body. And then when I started writing, I said, okay, I'm harming my body, and I took ownership. Yeah, it's a decision that I made. It's something that comes out of lack of having the experience, or somebody teaching me different ways to regulate my emotional distress and anything else. And I said, okay, it's completely me responsible for what I'm doing, and this is not the end. I can definitely choose different in the future, but just taking ownership and realizing this, and like the next situations, I felt all the pain. And then this was we were like motivated to search, measure, or to avoid points. So it was also a motivator for me, but also being closer to my body to make better decisions for myself. And Thea has reached there also, being connected with her body through the practices that she was doing, and I started mentally. So we all get there in different ways, with different people in different places, different experiences to get connected with our body. But we are going to get there, and that makes me really hopeful, because I truly believe that our bodies are a temple, and it deserves so much better than we are giving it at the present moment, or that we used to give. And it's a work in progress.
Yes, it is. I think we keep the ladies a lot, and it's time to to say to closure, or what do you feel it's needed to be said or done now?
Yes, just that I thank you a lot for this time, and I invite the women that are watching this video to give themselves this gift, because I do consider that this program is a gift that every one of you are giving yourselves. It's an amazing experience. I have no doubt about it. And what it's missing is the energy of the women that are going to co-create this experience with me.
I can feel it. It's already creating itself.
So thank you very much, Thea, and have a nice day. Enjoy it.
Thank you all, and thank you for receiving me, and thank you, Mina, for inviting me.
Kisses and hugs. Bye.
Bye.